Karoline Leavitt, his press secretary, the woman who keeps insisting Trump didn't draw this or sign this in 2003, she was 5 years old. She was too young even for Jeffrey Epstein in 2000.
Well, Jimmy Kimmel was fired because he had bad ratings more than anything else, and he said a horrible thing about a great gentleman known as Charlie Kirk. And Jimmy Kimmel is not a talented person. He had very bad ratings, and they should have fired him a long time ago. So, you can call that free speech or not. He was fired for lack of talent.
Jimmy Kimmel just went full demolition mode on Karoline Leavitt, and honestly, it's wild. The whole thing is messy, chaotic, and somehow completely mesmerizing. And then there's Trump, who decided to go absolutely off the rails. It's like someone unplugged logic and replaced it with chaos energy. What happened next? You genuinely have to see it to believe it. So grab your snacks, sit tight, because things are about to get hilariously insane.
Not reached out to Iran for peace talks in any way, shape, or form. This is just more highly fabricated fake news. If they want to talk, they know how to reach me. That's right. If Iran wants to reach Trump, all they have to do is give him a $400 million plane, and he will talk to them all they want.
Now, regarding the ongoing situation in Iran, I know there has been a lot of speculation amongst all of you in the media regarding the president's decision-making and whether or not the United States will be directly involved.
Before we go further, smash that like button and hit subscribe. Trust me, you don't want to miss this one. So here's what went down. Jimmy Kimmel took a casual stroll into the political jungle armed with pure wit, caffeine, and zero mercy. His target, Karoline Leavitt, the political newcomer who thought charm and confidence would be enough to survive late-night TV. Spoiler alert, it wasn't even close.
It's really hard to understand exactly what's in it. So let's go through some of the most important pieces of the bill. This bill modernizes and overhauls our nation's air traffic control system so you feel safer when you are flying.
Okay, then what the hell are you guys doing here?
Jimmy didn't warm up or test the waters. He dove in headfirst like a caffeinated cat, ready for battle. Every vague talking point, every over-rehearsed line, he shredded with surgical sarcasm. Karoline tried to hold her ground, bless her. But it was like watching someone perform a school play in front of Broadway critics. Enthusiastic, sure, but way out of her depth.
This is absolutely unacceptable.
He's also making sure that freedom of speech remains here in the United States of America. So I don't have any additional actions to preview for you today, but I can tell you this is a priority for the administration, and the president is unafraid to use the economic might, the military might of the United States of America to protect free speech around the world.
Jimmy was relentless. His sarcasm flew like confetti in a parade, landing perfectly on every awkward pause, every forced grin, every nervous blink. The man wasn't just hosting, he was orchestrating a roast in real time. And Karoline had no idea what hit her.
I don't know, to me it feels more like a baby gap, but...
All right, America, let's talk one big, beautiful bill. We've heard you loud and clear. With a bill this big and this beautiful, it can be hard to understand exactly what's in it. So let's go through some of the most important pieces of the bill. This bill modernizes and overhauls our nation's air traffic control system so you feel safer when you are flying.
Okay, then what the hell are you guys doing here?
You could almost see her brain running laps, trying to find an escape route. 1 second she's reciting half-remembered policy notes. The next she's tripping over her own logic. Jimmy's jabs bounced around like pinballs, precise, sharp, and unstoppable. Every attempt she made to recover just gave him another opening to strike.
Our president is very busy prosecuting his enemies. His goon squad today indicted his own former national security advisor, John Bolton. He is just brazenly lying about the economy and grocery prices. But he did have a chat with Vlad Putin today, which we know because while he was on the phone with Putin, he posted, "I am speaking to President Putin now." The conversation is ongoing, a lengthy one, and I will report the contents, as will President Putin at its conclusion. Thank you for your attention to this matter.
And then boom, enter Trump. Not quietly, not rationally. He crashed in like a one-man storm, part disbelief, part full-blown theater. It was as if the universe personally offended him. Every tweet-shaped sentence, every exaggerated gesture, screamed chaos. Watching Jimmy roast Karoline while Trump spiraled was like watching two storms collide. Karoline's trying to stay calm, but Jimmy's blocking every exit with wit and a raised eyebrow. Meanwhile, Trump's expressions alone could fuel a million memes.
Mind you, This is a post from the President of the United States. He wrote, as previously mentioned, we are giving serious thought to taking away Rosie's citizenship. She is not a great American and is, in my opinion, incapable of being so. Here's the thing, whenever he's spitting out, he goes back to Rosie. That's his safe space. He zeroes out. Calling her fat is what makes him comfortable. Meanwhile, she's about half his weight now. In fact, this photo...
It was human emoji theater come to life. Ridiculous, chaotic, and somehow addictive. Jimmy, though, was on another level, cool, sharp, and completely in control. Each joke, each pause, each sly smirk landed perfectly. Karoline tried to keep up, blinking, smiling, silently praying for an escape hatch. Every nervous laugh gave Jimmy more ammunition, and he used it all with precision.
Trump announced that he is going to meet with Putin in Budapest at a date to be determined because only he can end a war.
I don't think any president's ever ended a war, frankly. One war, I did 8 of them, Maria, right? And but I don't know, did Bush ever end? Do you think Biden ended a war? Biden started wars because he was stupid. But do you think Biden ended any wars? No. I don't know of anybody that ended wars. I ended 8 of them.
No president, nobody has ever ended a war other than him. All the other wars ended mysteriously by themselves.
Here's the twist. Trump's meltdown actually made Jimmy's job easier. His chaos became comedy fuel. Picture a hurricane raging in the background, while Jimmy calmly explains why someone tried to use a lawnmower as a rocket. In the middle of it, Karoline cracked just enough to show her human side, a nervous laugh, a stammer, a gesture that said, "Please make it stop." Jimmy saw it instantly and doubled down. Each joke hit like a drum beat in a symphony of absurdity, and Karoline became the accidental star of the madness.
Jimmy Kimmel's a loser. I do Jimmy Kimmel. I did him a lot.
Yeah.
And he'd be standing on the sidewalk. "Oh, sir, may I bring you in?" He'd bring me in every time. The whole show is talking bad about Trump.
Him, I guess. All the top people from Google, Apple, Amazon, you name it, lined up to eat beef stroganoff and kiss his ass, just as our founding fathers intended, to build a ballroom. It's like a demented version of Cinderella where the pumpkin is in charge.
Trump's hyperactive reactions only dialed things up further. The audience was losing it, gasps, laughter, disbelief echoing everywhere. Social media exploded, hashtags trended, memes multiplied. What started as political talk turned into global entertainment. Jimmy's roast was legendary. Trump's meltdown was iconic. Together, it was pure viral chaos, a perfectly timed collision of wit, ego, and electricity.
A visit from Zelensky at the White House. They're going to see if they can figure out this thing with Bad Bunny, and then after that, we'll work on Ukraine. And most importantly, he still has his eye on the ballroom. Trump really wants a ballroom in the White House. Said the reason we don't have one already is because we've never had a real estate person as president, but now we have Blob Vila running the show, and we're going to have one. Last night, Trump hosted a fundraising dinner for his big, beautiful $200 million wedding venue. The fact that the government is shut down because Republicans don't want to spend money on health care makes no difference to him, I guess.
And by the end, only one truth stood tall. Jimmy Kimmel is a comedic force of nature. He dismantles facades with one smirk. Karoline Leavitt, passionate but inexperienced, walked away wiser. A little bruised but still standing. And Trump, still a human hurricane, impossible to predict and impossible to ignore. The internet went nuclear. Clips, memes, remixes, everywhere. Jimmy roasted, Karoline endured, and Trump turned it into reality TV gold. It was a night nobody will forget.
Hey, Trump had what was easily the most presidential day of his life. He was front and center on the world stage signing a ceasefire in the Middle East, and then he got home, he started going through the internet, and he just couldn't help himself. Trump made the cover of Time magazine, which he usually loves. You know, before he was president, he had fake Time magazine covers hanging on the walls of his golf club, for real. But this one, I guess, conjured up some mixed feelings because of the photo they used. It's upset him so much that at 1:36 a.m. he posted, "Time magazine wrote a relatively good story about me, but the picture may be the worst of all time."
Let's be real. Every pause, every reaction, every smirk was part of Jimmy's masterpiece. Karoline's calm was admirable but hopeless. Like rowing a paper boat in a volcanic storm, she tried to stay poised while dodging punchlines disguised as questions. And Trump, still exploding in the background like a political fireworks show. Yet, beneath the jokes, Jimmy was doing more, exposing the absurdity of modern political theater itself. He turned chaos into commentary and comedy into truth.
Trump went on, I never like taking pictures from underneath angles, but this is a super bad picture and deserves to be called out. What are they doing and why? It's like he's a TikTok influencer yelling at her boyfriend for not knowing her angles. The photographer for Time could not be reached for comment. He is currently en route to El Salvador, but poor Kim Jong-un, his big day is ruined, and I'll tell you what, if he doesn't like the cover photo, wait till he sees the back of the magazine.
Trump's over-the-top energy kept feeding Jimmy new material. Each wild outburst became a setup for another perfectly timed punchline. It was chaos and comedy in perfect sync, almost poetic. Social media couldn't look away. Every moment went viral. Every clip became a meme. Jimmy balanced satire and empathy like a pro. Funny without cruelty, sharp without malice. Meanwhile, Trump's dramatics pushed the whole thing to another level. Raw, ridiculous, and ridiculously entertaining.
Can you help us understand, can the president tear down anything he wants without oversight? Could he demolish this building or say the Jefferson Memorial?
So it's not the president who came up with that legal opinion himself. That's a legal opinion that's been held by the NCPC for many years. When it comes to phase one of this project, the tearing down of the current East Wing structure, a submission is not required legally for that.
Even in the chaos, Karoline had her moments, a smart retort here, a confident smile there, but Jimmy was always ready with a counter. Trump's larger-than-life reactions overshadowed every small win she had. It was like trying to play chess while fireworks explode around you. The timing, the rhythm, all perfect. By now, the chaos had reached peak insanity. Jimmy's delivery was surgical. Trump's theatrics cartoonish. Karoline, just hanging on, trying not to drown in the madness.
They disappeared my hair and then had something floating on top of my head that looked like a floating crown, but an extremely small one. Really weird. Now I want to go back to that cover and show you this crown. Okay, that's not a crown, that's the letter M. Only he would see an M on his head and assume it's a crown. If that's not an M, you're on the cover of Time magazine, okay? Finally being honored for wearing that tie down to your knees. Every morning is a game of who am I mad at today? Is it the Cracker Barrel logo? Is it windmills? Is it Bad Bunny? Is it the Nobel Prize?
And then the internet detonated. Memes, threads, TikToks, debates. Everyone had an opinion. Jimmy's roast went global. Trump's meltdown turned into viral gold. Karoline's every blink became a headline. It was the perfect fusion of politics, comedy, and chaos. And Jimmy stood calm at the center, the eye of the storm. Every word hit its mark. Every joke landed. When the dust finally settled, three truths remained. Jimmy Kimmel is unstoppable. Karoline Leavitt is human and resilient. And Trump is still the unpredictable showman who steals every spotlight, willingly or not. The result, a historic, chaotic, and utterly unforgettable night of political comedy perfection.